Say sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. So, dear Dharma practitioners, when it comes to understanding the Dhamma, practicing meditation is a extra thing, and it is not that you have to practice meditation, and without practicing meditation you cannot get into Dhamma. It is not kind of like that method. This, so practicing meditation develop your mind and clear your mind. So if you have that clarity already, so then it is up to you to remind it, and you can keep cleaning your mind, and you just to to observe yourself you can practice meditation, or to make more clear yourself you can practice meditation. Otherwise it is not that necessary for everybody to practice meditation. So because if we come to that kind of point of view, then it's a kind of like we go to extreme level of something that is not the Buddha's teaching. So then how you know that your mind is clear? So one thing is that whatever came to your mind, whatever you saw in your life, whatever you thought in your life, see what happened to it. Have you ever experienced it exactly the same way? Or it's completely opposite side now you experience. Even just forget about the whole life, just one day, just for a day. When somebody smile and you thought, oh, it is friendly, smile. And then when you look back and he's stolen something and disappeared. See, that's the what you understood is not working. Even as husband, wife, as children, friends, and family members, when you have a conversation, can you come to a clear perception or clear understanding? And you know that then in the evening, maybe in the morning, you have a conversation. If you say in the evening, oh, I thought it was like this, I thought it was like that. So that's mean what? Whatever the information came to you, you didn't see it. You manipulated with your ideas. So then you need to clean your mind. So like that, when it comes to the Dharma, it is not an extreme level of, you go to kind of practice. No. So through the meditation, what we does, it develop the capacity of your mind. It make your mind matured. Develop your mind to understand things. So when it comes to that kind of development, so whatever the situations come in day-to-day life, you capable to handle that without getting mad, sad, worried, disappointed, unhappy, anxiety, depression. So like that. Then you accept it as it is. But in day-to-day life, if you cannot accept it, or if you deeply have the worry, unhappy, sadness, fear, doubt, that's mean it come as a result of the condition of your mind. That's mean your mind is not clear. That's mean too much information. So it seems like your house. So when you are living inside the house, you need certain things that you cannot just live in a completely empty house. But if you put too much, what will happen? It affect for your mobility. So if it is effect for your mobility, it affect for your abilities. You become very limited person. So that's a physical example. You cannot move, and if you move, maybe you hit something, and then it go to something else, and you try to hold this one, then another thing hit, then another thing going to fall down, then so like that. Why? Too much things. It affect for your mobility. How about once you clean and you keep only the necessary things, and then you feel comfortable, and then it brings the abilities to be comfortable. And once you have that abilities, what will happen? You become naturally, you become more productive person to yourself. You able to do maintain your own life more comfortably. So with the mind also the same. When the mind become free and when the mind become clear, if the mind become matured to maintain things, what will happen? You're not going to put unnecessary things in your mind or in your head. You keep only the necessary things that you need that for life. But at the same time, if there is something unnecessary, then you get out of it. So that develop your mental mobility and abilities. It brings the comfortable mind. So when you have the comfortable mind, your eye consciousness, ear consciousness, nose consciousness, tongue, body, mind consciousness, that everything start to work properly. And then there is no doubt. When there is no doubt, you don't make mistakes. And then you don't get late. So this everything combine each other. When you get late, you make mistakes. When you get mistake, you make doubt. See, you have the doubt. See, it's like that. So you reverse that. Once the mind become clear, you get out of that all. So that clarity bring through the meditation. And so you are the one who knows. Do you need to practice meditation? No, not. And other thing is, you don't need to bound to the techniques, because when it comes to the vipassana meditation, there is no technique. You just learn the method, and then once you start to observe, and you just observe, you don't follow the method, but there are principles you have to follow, not the method. So the methods and the principles, two different things. And sometimes we don't know the principles, but we try to develop a method. In day-to-day life also same sometimes. As as parents, when you raise children, you cannot have a method, then they kind of like you maintaining a robot. No, you follow the principles. And according to the principles, maybe you have to change the situations, but you keep into the principles. So like that, when it comes to practice meditation also, remember, don't bound to the technique. Don't bound to the method. So the practice point of view, we develop the method to give you the principles. So take the principles and learn the principles. That learning principle is the technique. But you don't need to bound to the technique. So keep that freedom in you and go deeper. So with that, during Buddha's time, there was a young person, and his name is called Mahaliya. Mahaliya. So he's the one of a student of Purna Kashyapa. So during Buddha's time, there were many people used to tell, I am a Buddha, I am a Buddha, I am enlightened, like that. Exactly like nowadays. If you go to YouTube, nowadays you see everywhere Buddhas, Buddhas, Buddhas. Everywhere enlightened masters. So during the Buddha's time also like that, everywhere people used to claim, I am a Buddha, I am enlightened. So like that. So there was a person called Purna Kashyapa. And what he used to tell, so whatever happened, good or bad, anything, there is no big reason behind this. No any big deal. It happened the way it happened. And there is no path to purify, or there is no path to unpurify. So there is no reason to be good, or there is no reason to be bad. So things happen according to the way it is. And sometimes even today also, sometimes people think like that. And as example, when things go wrong in life, and even though that you have ability to at the last moment even stop one single action, you think, oh, everything went wrong, just let things to go wrong. You let go things. So when you eat, sometimes you already full, you know, and then you keep thinking now little bit, on your plate there little bit food there. So now you already full, it's almost here, but you think, oh, I ate already everything, this little bit, you know what the point throwing it away, I have to eat. So same, like, remember that you also have the same mentality like Purna. Why? Because you have the ability, the meaning of eating, to get out of the hunger. Now already you done it, but now you get into the action without thinking that you have to get out of it. So things happen, or let things to happen. So like that. And this Mahaliya came to Buddha and asked, Venerable Sir, this is why I heard. There is no path to purify. There is no any way to purify ourselves. Or there is no any way that we can make any kind of demerits or in unprofitable actions. So is that true, or is it different? So Buddha said, Mahaliya, no, there is a way. You can purify. And there is a way you can unpurify also. You can go towards the clarity, and also you can get out of the clarity. Oh, Venerable Sir, how it can happen? So what is the method? So then the Buddha mentioned that through our actions, how we think, and the way how we hold it to things. So if you look at the during Buddha's time, look that Venerable Devadatta, the Buddha's cousin, from childhood, in the same palace, they used to live together. They used to play together, study together. The both very wise, study very well generally, and because they used to go to the same teachers in the same palace. But look what happened. Even he became a monk and he used to be close to the Buddha. But look what happened to him. He tried to kill the Buddha and he went against the Buddha. Not only him, he tried to manipulate others, even the king, and try to push everyone to go against the Buddha. And at the same time, Angulimala, he was a serious killer. He killed already, more than 1,000 people. And to collect finger garland, he was trying to collect fingers, thumb. And he was in the jungle and killing people. He was a serious killer. And all king and all the army, everybody tried to go and kill this person. See, he was in the forest, jungle, like a serious killer. And he came to Buddha and he purified himself and attained to the enlightenment. And the Venerable Devadatta used to be with the Buddha and go against the Buddha. So then you have to understand, see these two characters. It's any time the person can change. Don't think this everything already set up for you and things going to happen. No, from this very moment, you have ability to change your life. That is what the Buddha is teaching. Of course, there is a karma. Karma happen. There is a when it comes to that, there is a the previous karma, new karma. So the karma happened. That's why you have the eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, and this mind. Because this happened because of your previous karma. Not what you have done in this very moment. Or whatever you have done in a previous life or after this, yesterday. So this, as a result of this, you have this today. That's why you experience in this. In this very moment, you have ability to change your life. And before the Buddha, no one used to recognize that. So then you have to look yourself. Where are you going? Are you allowing to this everything to keep happening again and again, again and again? Or are you able to at least to see yourself and find a direction or destination to even recognize, oh, I don't need this, at least to recognize. Because if you don't recognize and allow thinking, oh, whatever happened, allow things to happen. You just surrender to that. In that surrender, what's happening? Laziness. In that laziness, deeply underneath like a snake, anger. In that anger, deeply underneath like a snake, like a fire, hatred. So then whenever the situations come, little situations come in day-to-day life, what happening? It ignite. It's like gasoline, it's like petrol, the any time, can fire. So then yourself, you have to decide. At least if you see something, you recognize, this is enough. I don't want to experience this anymore in my life. So whatever you have done, just imagine yourself when you go through something. And why? Because if you don't recognize like that way, and if you don't decide it like that way, you cannot get out of it. There is no someone going to come to you, middle of you, and get you out of your path. No, there is no one going to come. It is only you have to handle this situation. No one can have. That is the truth. So then you have to remember yourself during this time, make a good blueprint to your life and decide yourself where you want to go, how your life want to be. Be very clear with that. And then you know where you're going. So otherwise, don't allow just things to happen, because last moment you can change. Have you seen, like soccer games? Maybe at last minute, sometimes somebody, hit a goal and change the game. And some people used to watch cricket. Maybe the last over, maybe the last ball change entire game, losing to win or winning to losing. So same thing happen in your life also. When a situation come, when you have a conversation, one word, maybe that is the last word, you can change entire conversation to other side just by one word. Maybe the situation is so, the difficult and having arguments. Maybe you have to say only one word. You can tell I hate you, or you can tell thank you. It's completely going to change the situation. But it is up to you. So how you can come to that kind of situation in the middle of this all the fire? That is what the Buddha saying. Because that is what a skill that you have to develop. That is what a profitable skill for you. It is not going to come because of you read books, because of you listening to a lot of things. It's not because of you educated and had a good degree. No, it's not going to happen like that. Look, that kind of people, how they behave when a situation comes. So that come out of the clarity of your mind. That is the important part. That is what here the Buddha say. So then what the Buddha mentioned, then how the path to clear yourself, how a bad person, or the if somebody went wrong in life, how that person can come to right path, or even the person go in the right path, and how that person can go into wrong. So the reason is upadana. Upadana, it's called chandaraga, the desire to hold. That is the reason. When the person have desire to hold, it doesn't matter how good that person. It doesn't matter you sit next to the Buddha, and even maybe you giving head massage to the Buddha, or maybe you massage the Buddha's feet. But if you have, remember this, if you have desire to hold or clinging to thinking, this is for me, my mind, like that, no one can stop. You go down. That is the moment you start to go decline. But it doesn't matter that you are in the most, the bad place in your life, the bad shape, there's nothing in you can take as good, completely dark. But if you think that moment, this is enough for me, this anything is no need, that is the moment you start to go towards the light. So regarding what you have to hold or what you should not hold, it is not about the material things or something like that. It is our own thoughts arising with the five aggregates, form, feeling, sensation, formations, recognition. Those are the things we clinging. Maybe we clinging to one thing, or maybe we clinging to two out of that all five. Maybe we clinging to three things out of that five. Maybe we clinging to four things out of that five. Maybe we clinging to all the five aggregates inside us. So form. Form means the physical structure, the whatever appears to you, whatever the perception, the whatever it delivers to you. So that is the form. So if you have the strong attachment to hold it to that form, remember, no one can help you. You're going to have a difficult time. But the thing is that likeness covered us, and that likeness hold us and keep us as a prisoner. So whatever the difficulties come to us, we don't see it. Even we die sometimes, we don't see that death. We try to get it. So when you see somebody beautiful or handsome or nice, good looking, and you think that you see that person. No, the deeper that you don't see, that the whatever the desire that you have, you see that outside person, even the things that all this material, maybe when you see that, of course there is a beauty, there is that some pleasure in this outside world. So as I mentioned, at your home, when you need certain things to live yourself without having too much. So like that, seeing the beauty or appreciating the outside world or maintaining your life is nothing wrong. What the Buddha mentioned here. You have to know this everything change. But the thing is, when you have the desire high, strong, what happens? That you see this, it is outside, and you don't see it is arising from inside you. And then you keep going, replacing, you keep going. And that is what called samsara. And just imagine this, it is only the form or the rupa. So how about the feeling? And that is what hold our life. We look for feelings. We are beggars to feeling. We go behind the feelings. That is it. It arises, the feelings come, it disappear. Then what happened? Then again we plan to get it next. And then again go. So when you see only the feelings arising and that high of the moment, or moment of that feeling, and you go with it, you go, that is samsara. But if you see how the feeling disappear, and that will slow down your life. And the sensations, emotions, this emotions life, we are addicted to that. Head to toes, we are kind of like emotional beings. So when the emotions come, it's like a current. And we caught up with it. See, when people dancing, people drinking, and sometimes people driving, when the emotions get high, with the things or with the people or the situations, look how they cannot recognize, even they go out of the mind. And then what happened? It's not going to be the same. It keep going, take us to forward. And the formations, and we caught up with the memory, but it's all gone. But we appreciate even when we get the together, And the mostly nowadays what people does, this they start to post online their, the previous year's Thanksgiving, how they used to do it. And when you see what happened, you think it of course it, you see it like a happy moment. No, underneath sadness. Why? Because you are cannot do this, and that's why you're reminding. So that reminder deeper have the sadness worry. So then when you again and again when you see it, what happens? Deeply underneath, you have the worry, disappointment. So with that worry, maybe you don't see it, but when something happen, maybe in that very moment, somebody come and ask you something, and then you get mad. No reason. Everybody look, why that person got mad? No one can find. Even you also don't know. Because you don't see the underneath that unhappiness that you used to be. So like that, the memory, mental formation, sanskara, this is huge. That is where we are living. And the deeply awareness or the understanding. So that we caught up with the, the, the views that we develop in our life thinking, this should be like this, it used to be like this, so like that. We comparing this everything together and bound to everything. So there is a joy, there is a satisfaction. That is what called life. Enjoying form, feeling, sensation, formations, recognition called life. It's nothing wrong with it. But the thing is, we don't see the change. So that's why we bound to it strongly. But what the Buddha say, anyone if strongly bound to that, with the chandaraga, that means self-centered desire, oh, this is my, this is my, this is my, like that. And that is the way you unpurify yourself. So how then you can get into the purification? How you can purify yourself? When you see something beautiful, see the beauty. And at the same time, see that it's coming in you. It's coming in you. That is different. To see that, you have to have the clear mind. That is why we practice meditation. Because when you see it coming from inside you, you're totally going to be different how you're going to react to it. But now when you have the chandaraga, you think it coming from outside. That's why you kill people, you go, and not only you manipulate others and you push other people and you get the help from others, you fight with others, you destroy things. This is because you see it is from, why? Because you can see it, you can touch it, you see it, because deeper you don't see these five aggregates. So through meditation, when you practice the meditation, what happening, you recognizing this is really happening inside you. So when you see something, if you don't see it is happening inside you, if it is happening like outside, it look like, it is like you drinking salty water. Why? Because it increased the thirst. It never going to quench your thirst. That is what called samsara. So when things come from to us from this eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind, when you think it is coming from outside, remember, you drinking the sansaric salty water. You keep going, keep going, keep going. like the deers keep running towards the mirage. No end. Maybe you enjoy it, keep, but there is no end. So, what the Buddha said, to purify yourself, start to look inside you. And even you see the beauty, and you see everything nice, look nice, but see the connection deeper inside, how it arises in you. Then you're not going to change anything from outside. You allow things to become outside, but you become more silent, strong, solid. That is what you need. Why? Because you know it coming from you. It's the reflection of you. So once you know that, you become more careful. When you see something, when you see, oh, it is so beautiful, you become more careful. Why? Because you know that beauty is not outside, it is inside you. Oh, I hate this. You become more careful. Why? Because that what you hate, nothing to do with the outside. It is coming from inside you. So when you come to that point, life going to be completely different. You become more alert, more aware regarding your own mind. That is what the happiness. Because when you start to see your own mind and when you are able to maintain yourself, and end of the day, when you go to sleep, it make you complete. And even end of the life, when the day come to end this everything, you're going to be okay. Why? Because you know where this all coming from and you have seen it, and nothing go against that. No any resistance. That is where your purification happens. So in day-to-day life, with the little things, you have to try this, you have to apply, and you have to practice it yourself. So with that, I bless upon everyone. With this good practice, may all of you be well, happy, and peaceful. May no harm come to you, may no difficulties come to you, may no problems come to you. May you also have the patience, courage, understanding, and determination to meet and overcome inevitable difficulties in your life. During this time period, may everyone stay healthy and safe. And finally, may all of you attain supreme bliss of Nibbana. Sabbityo vajjantu sabbarogo vinasatu mate bhavatantarayo sukhi digayuko bhava. Ettavata cha ammihi sampadang punya sampadang sabbe deva anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Sabbe bhuta anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Sabbe satta anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Idam me punya kammang asavakkaya vahang hotu sabba dukkha pamuncatu. Bless you.